Hey, what is going on, everybody? My name is Joris, and if you're wondering, the title of this video is not clickbait. I am having surgery. This is something that's been going on for a while. I've been talking to a few people about it, maybe at work or throughout the family or on Instagram or whatever. I didn't want to leave y'all in the dark about it because when it happens, I'm gonna disappear for a while. Basically, I'm having spinal surgery. I have scoliosis, a pretty bad case of it as well. The whole purpose of this was I wanted to completely talk about it and explain it. In order to talk about it the way I need to talk about it, I need to start all the way from the beginning, when it first came up. It was in 2020, maybe like the early summer, maybe 3-4 months into quarantine. My mom first started noticing it. It was this one day we were in the house, and she noticed that I was walking funny or whatever. She looked at my back and she told me to bend over, and she could see that my shoulder blades, she said that my shoulder blades were uneven. But at that point in time, I was like, nah, y'all just tripping, y'all just exaggerating this. And then as some time went by, it got worse, and it got to the point where it started to hurt, and I started having back pains whenever I'd be sleeping or sitting down, or I would just have back pain all the time. And then I re-looked into it like, oh, this may actually be something. So I was like, okay, we need to get this looked at. So last year in June, we finally got the time to go to a clinic, a spinal clinic in South Texas, where they looked at my back, and they did x-rays and everything. When we looked at the x-rays, they were able to get the exact degree that my spine was curved. At that point in time, my spine was 61.4 degrees curved. I posted that on my Instagram. I took a picture of the x-rays and I posted that on Instagram, and you can see that it's 61.4 degrees. They were like, okay, if this gets worse, we're gonna have to do something about this. They gave me a physical therapist, which I'd been to maybe 3 times, and they gave me a thing to do the exercises. They gave me the tools to do the exercises. I was doing them for about a month. I tried to actually make it like a part of my routine and like make time for it, but after a while I just lost interest, and I didn't. 6 months went by, and early January, sometime maybe a week after New Year, we went back to do like a 6 months, checkup. Took x-rays again. It increased from 61.4 to 61.9. Now that may not sound bad, only half a degree, but that's half a degree every 6 months, which means that's 1 degree every year. So 10 years from now, it'll be in the 70s. Another 10 years, 80s. Another 10 years, 90s. By the time it gets to like the 80s and 90s, that's critical. And already it's starting to like have an effect on my body. Like I can't laugh really hard. I can't sneeze. The worst that my back ever hurts is when I'm asleep, or sometimes when I'm sitting down. Like right now, it doesn't hurt that much right now, but if I'm sitting in the chair for a long time, like making videos or making music or anything I'm really doing on my computer, doing schoolwork or anything like that, it hurts. And it's even gotten to the point where at work it starts to hurt, because I work at Starbucks, so I'm standing up the entire day, standing up in like one spot for like 4, 5, 6 hours straight. It hurts after a while. So it's gotten to the point where it's really starting to conflict with just everyday movement and everyday activities and just stuff like that. So after that second appointment in early January, throughout February and a little bit into March, I got some MRI scans and CT scans. If you don't know what MRI scans, you know that machine that you've probably seen in movies where it's like a big machine. It's like a huge circle, and you're on a table, and the table like is automatic and it pushes you in. That's the machine I was in, and I was in that thing for like 2-3 hours, and it was super uncomfortable. It started getting like hot and uncomfortable in there, but luckily around that time I was done. But yeah, those MRIs take about 2-3 hours to do. The CAT scans didn't. They took like 15-20 minutes. By the way, that's how you know that this is serious, because MRI scans are normally only supposed to be used for like patients with like cancer or stuff like that. But the fact that they had to use it for me This is like a pretty serious case that they had to do that. Finally, about a week ago, we got the chance to meet up with my doctor, my main doctor, along with the surgeon coordinator. We finally got to see all my scans. I finally got to see my MRI scans. And MRIs are like a 100, like full 3D scan of whatever you're scanning. In my case, it was my spine. So they could literally look like inside my spine. So all parts of my spine are open. Thank God. What they were trying to do was trying to find the cause of it. I don't know the cause of it. I don't think they do. Not yet, anyway. I've been telling some people about it, and they've been like, oh my God, I hope everything goes okay. Da, da, da. Am I really worried about stuff going wrong? Not really, because also when we were there, they were also telling us how they will do it. It's not going to be like one of those things where it's like all doctors like hands-on and stuff. They said that it's going to be mostly computer navigated. I don't want to say robots. You know what? It's 2020. New decade. Yep, robots. Obviously, when you're working on the spine, there's also a risk of nerve damage and also paralysis. To avoid that from happening, there's going to be someone who will be monitoring my nerves and my nervous system. A whole team of people monitoring, a whole team of people actually during the surgery. There's going to be a whole team, you know, there's going to be a lot of people doing their part. The utmost like computer navigation to use for absolute precision and stuff like that. So for as far as me being worried about anything going wrong, I'm not worried about much going wrong because the chances of stuff going wrong is quite low. I will be having my surgery on April 12th. So I'm just preparing for that. I get an entire week of work off before I have my surgery, you know, to get my mind right. We might have a thing where like I might just see a whole bunch of people from the family, or I don't know if I'm going to be going somewhere or if people are going to be coming over here. We're going to put something together so I can see family and people, you know, just in case if stuff goes wrong. I want to be in the right set of mind. I don't want to leave, you know, anything undone. I don't want to leave nobody unseen. But I have faith that this is going to work, that I'm going to come out of this surgery and, you know, my spine's going to be fixed. Now, on April 11th, that evening, I'm going to have me like a nice big home cooked meal. You know how it is. Like for my potential final meal, like I don't want to eat McDonald's. My parents can cook. You know what? My mom, my dad, they can cook, but that food be magnifique. I don't want to say that this is like, oh, like I'm gonna die or whatever, but you never know. Stuff like that does happen, which the chances of it happening are very low, but not absolute zero. You know, if I am going to be leaving, I don't want to leave nothing, you know, undone. I don't want to have anything unsaid, you know. I don't want to leave like that. Right now I'm just preparing, I'm just getting in the right mind for it. That's going to be happening soon. Now the final thing I want to talk about before I end this, for as far as after the surgery, if everything does go right, still this is spinal surgery. I won't be able to do nothing. I won't even be able to move my neck, my arm, nothing. I'm gonna be absolutely still. I will get my movement back. I'll start to walk again. I think they're going to give me another physical therapist to actually come to the house. We also, I mean, we live in a 2-story house, so I have to worry about stairs. You know, it's going to be a real challenge, but I can do it. I also started school again. That's another thing. I started school again. I am now San Antonio College. I am going for an associate's in music business. That's the only thing I have not sorted out yet because I haven't told any of them anything about my surgery yet. I've gotten it just about squared away with my job and with work. For as far as school, I have not said anything to them yet. I also kind of don't want to, not yet. I want to get as much work as I can done before I tell them. I don't think this is a thing of, oh, they could just hold. They might have to excuse me for maybe the entire rest of the semester. So I might be skipping out on an entire semester of work, or they will just hold it all for me and I'm just gonna have to do it all at the same time when I get back. I don't know. And that's about all I wanted to talk about. The whole purpose of this was to fully talk about it, fully explain it. I know people are freaking out, but this is not one of those things where, oh, I could document my surgery, I could da-da-da. No, I can't document my surgery. And even when I have the surgery, there won't be any documenting for like a month or so. So this is the thing. I'm trying to upload this and get this all finished and up to YouTube and Instagram or whatever for people to see now, so that when I do have my surgery, you know, all that's up and everybody knows what's going on. We did record a little bit from when we went to our final appointment, when I met my surgeon coordinator and everything, and we looked at my scans, and we were finally talking about the surgery and how it's going to go, where it's going to happen,
when it's gonna happen and all that. My mom, my dad, my little sister, and my grandma was all with me that day. Here's some of that footage, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.
All right, I am having spinal surgery in about 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks. Today is the appointment I'm having with my physician, from what my surgeon coordinator, my physician, and all the surgeons that are going to be operating on me, just to go through the surgery, walk me through it, basically what to expect, what's going to happen. So that's what this is. On April 12th, I will have my surgery. That's the current date that it's set to right now. So that's what we're here today. We're here at the South Texas Radiology Spinal Clinic place. Yep.
So you have your surgery coming up?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, quick blood pressure. So on your wrist. Hold it to your chest.
These are, what are these? This is stuff basically concerning things that I have to stop taking, I guess stop consuming. It says that I have to, the day I have my surgery, I have to be there at 5:30. I can't really go through it right now, it's a lot to go through, but I'll go through it later. But it also has the appointments. Do something on the 12th, I have to, the 12th is the day of my actual surgery. And then 2 weeks later,
We're gonna move you out to another room. It's a little bigger.
So we use that in surgery to be able to place those screws into the spine. Sometimes there can be things inside the spinal cord, like a cyst or a mass, that can cause the spinal cord to kind of curve like that. But yeah, when I was scrolling through it, and the radiologist kind of agrees with me, like the spinal cord is nice and open at all these levels here. There's no pressure on it, which is good. Yeah, it's all right here. Every single level is free.
Have you ever seen a case like his?
Oh yeah, I do this all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, even bigger than this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Other risks, we're working around the spinal cord, so there's always a risk of paralysis. There's a risk of damage to the nerves. But in surgery, there's a person that will be monitoring your nerves in surgery. They will let me know if there's any irritation. There's always a neurologist that is monitoring the surgery as well. And you mentioned that you didn't have any back pain. The thing with surgery is that you will have some after, until we get it to heal, okay? You're gonna be sore back there. A lot of times when in surgery, we're working around the muscles, they tend to spasm or tighten. So we'll give you some medications to help with that.
Hear about them doing anything wrong, because I know for the most part it's not going to be them during the surgery. It's going to be a computer, like he said, computer navigation and tech, like robots really. So I'm not worried about that.
One of the tactics.
So they even said like there's going to be a neurologist. That's what they said. They need to check everything. It's going to be. I'm not really worried about anything. That's like the least thing I'm worried about is something wrong.
Okay, so we are leaving the place. We have just about all the information we need for as far as any further appointments or instructions. It's all in here. We all have a better understanding of what's going to happen, what to expect. Surgery is set for April 12th. So for right now, we looked at the images. We got the results of my images. They told us how they're going to do it, what to expect, what's going to happen, what medications I'm going to take if anything happens. They, basically everything we needed and wanted to know, they told us. But all I know right now is I'm hungry. So we're going to go get something to eat, and that'll be it for today.